What does it mean to be a mindful mom? What does it mean to be present to all the lessons that motherhood teaches, how we relate to our children, how we show up for ourselves, how we engage with the world around us? I'm going to go over these next 4 videos, the 4 pillars of mindful motherhood that are coming from my book, The Mindful Mother's Way. I wrote this book because I hit a rock bottom after my 4th child was born. She was 10 months old. I woke up one day and the world was literally spinning. I had no clue what was going on. I drank a bunch of water. I took a nap thinking, okay, I'll wake up and be okay. And when I woke up, I was still super dizzy. And I remember she was playing on the floor, so I got down to breastfeed her. And I decided it would be smart to really lean back and hold her and nurse. And then I remember when I tried to get up, like the spinning was out of control and I was terrified. So we called an ambulance and they came and brought me to the hospital. I was diagnosed with a major vertigo attack. And while I was there, the doctor did something. He leaned the bed back, had me tilt my head, leaned it forward, had me tilt my head the other way, leaned it back. It was this whole thing. Then when he was putting the bed back up one time, I threw up all over him. That poor doctor got puked on that day. And that was a scary wake-up call for me. It led me to realize, hey, I'm taking care of everybody but myself. I'm not even on the priority list. I'm taking care of my children, my clients, my home, relating with my partner, my friends, showing up for everyone but me. And on that day, I made a promise to myself that I was going to put myself on the priority list. So when I was feeling better, which took 3 weeks for the vertigo to go away, it was rough. Even though I knew it was nothing to be concerned about, it was still interrupting my daily life. So once I was better, my promise to myself was, you're going to show up for yourself for 21 days straight, 3 weeks. Every day, you're going to take time in the morning to do something just for you. I don't care what it is. It can be yoga, it can be breath work, it can be journaling, it can be dance, whatever it is, you have to commit to 21 days. So I did. I committed to 21 days, and I remember sitting at the beach with girlfriends one day, and our children were playing and free, and someone said to me, "You're different. Something about you is different." And I said, yeah, I made this promise to myself that I would honor my needs for 21 days and confront myself, not confront myself, be with myself for 21 days. And my friend said to me, well, then it worked. And you need to share your secret because you're a different person. So what I did is I wrote this short ebook, 21 days of practices, and started selling it. And then people were saying, I don't want to have to go on my phone or the computer to look for these practices. So I got in touch with someone through a Facebook group that did book formatting and editing. And I went ahead with making it into a physical book. And she said to me, your book is really great. It's short. You have 2 choices. We can make it filled with beautiful pictures and to fill up space, or you could write more. And I was like, I'd love to write more. So I remember I would set my alarm for 5:47 because that's the kind of weird I am. I still wake up at 5:47 actually. And I would first do tuning into self practices, and then I would write until my first child woke up and I was on duty with being a mom and whatever else the day had in store for me. And this is the outcome of that, is this Mindful Mother's Way book. And it's changed my life. It's changed a lot of other moms' lives who say to me, I forgot about myself. Not intentionally, right? We love our babies, we love our children, but being a mom is a role, and who we are as a human comes first and foremost to any sort of role we play or how we show up in the world. So the first pillar of the 4 that I'm going to be sharing with you is sacred being, which means How are you showing up for yourself? What does it look like? What is that inner dialogue in your head telling you? Is that inner mean girl taking over? Are you having a lot of mommy monster moments where it just feels you're dysregulated so much that you yell or lose your temper, or whatever your version of quote unquote losing it with your child looks like? How are you showing up in the world? What does a typical day look like for you? Are you honoring yourself and your needs and who you are at the core of your being? Not how you present in the world, but who you are deep in your heart. So I want to share a little reading from this section with you, and it's called Know Thyself. You know your favorite foods, activities, and color, and they are easy for you to recognize and share. But what about your deepest fears? Fear has a way of distorting our truth, skewing our reality, and dimming our light. When we can understand, befriend, and release our fears, we give ourselves the gift of clear insight and inner peace. Grab some paper and a pen, or your journal, maybe it's purple like mine, and set aside a few minutes to complete this fear releasing exercise. Step 1. List what angers you: behaviors, thoughts, practices, etc. Step 2. Can you go deeper and discover why they anger you? Step 3. What about going even deeper, sending love to them and setting them free? In which areas of your being do you fear you aren't quote unquote good enough? Where do those thoughts come from? Excuse me. Are you able to accept them as part of your being? How? And then the exercise is to release them. Okay, so maybe don't write in your journal. Scrap piece of paper. Let them go. Tear up the paper and dance in the confetti. Obviously, this is a thought-provoking exercise, not an end-all and be-all to looking at holds you back from full self-acceptance and expression and your true authenticity, but to get the ball rolling, to start thinking about, where am I holding parts of myself back out of fear, anger, sadness, worry, jealousy, those big feelings that we push aside and we say, oh, if we don't look at it, it doesn't exist. But really, if we don't look at it, it takes over the narrative of our life. So if we look at it and recognize it as part of who we are, and then we set it on its way, we get to look through the lens of love. And when you're a mom, I'm sure you know, one of the biggest blessings and also biggest triggers is seeing yourself in your children, in their behaviors, in the ways that they show up that bother you, in their behaviors that trigger you, in the ways that they give and receive your love so freely and openly. It's a reminder to yourself that you also deserve that. You and all of the parts of you, not just the parts that feel easy to accept. So, those are your questions for thought. I'm also curious to hear from you if you do this practice. What showed up for you? What is holding you back from fully accepting all of the pieces of who you are and recognizing they're here for you to engage with and maybe play with and release them? And I don't mean release them and saying like, oh, good riddance, but give them what they're seeking from you, which is often attention and recognition, because they were created due to something that's happened in your life. And we are all a tapestry of all of the things that have happened in our lives. And for that, we can be grateful, even for the challenging, hard, stuck in the mud feeling moments. There was something in it for you. And I'm not saying you need to gaslight yourself and say, oh, life is beautiful all the time. Certainly it is not. right? Certainly. This human experience is filled with challenges and growth opportunities. But at the end of the day, all of those things that you've been through have brought you to this present moment. So maybe we'll just take a deep breath together, one hand on your heart, one on your womb space. Just coming into the now. You can allow your eyes to close, honoring yourself for where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. So take good care of yourself. Leave some comments. Let me know how these practices feel for you. I'm happy to be on this journey with you. One of these sacred thresholds that we can cross as women is becoming a mom. And for these next few videos, like I said, we'll be talking about the 4 components of mindful motherhood as defined in my book, The Mindful Mother's Way. You can get yourself a copy on Amazon, and I think Barnes & Noble has it, Walmart, maybe even Target, I'm not sure. It's worth the investment in yourself and your growth and expansion, and self-acceptance, I would say, is the end goal. So there you have it. Here's the book. It's a beautiful book. Lots of good stuff in there. Wisdom, lessons learned, and, reconnecting with your intuition, which is your best guide in motherhood. So there you have it. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.